Hey everyone, welcome back to Drive Protected. My name is Eric. In today's episode, we have this 2025 Ford Raptor R edition in our shop, and we're going to be doing a bunch of paint protection film installation on it. In this specific video, we're going to be doing a bulk hood PPF install. We removed the vinyl graphic that came from the factory on this truck. It's going to make the installation a whole lot easier, and it's going to look better as well too. If you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you will have noticed I have been away from the camera for quite some time, and that is because we brought Tony on. Tony's taken over the majority of all of our wraps, and he's been doing vinyl wraps and that type of stuff for Drive Protected as well too. But nonetheless, here I am. We're gonna get this installation done. Tony will be joining me and we'll be tag teaming this hood install. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get into it. All right, we're gonna get started on our installation. We got two solutions we're using for this. We got our regular baby shampoo and distilled water slip solution. If I'm not making any sense, it's because Tony's just making a complete clown out of himself. But we also have our Slip Assist paint protection film gel, which will be on the website for you to buy soon-ish, hopefully by the end of this year. But nonetheless, you're probably wondering, why are we using two solutions? A couple of reasons. One, this truck is black, so there's going to be all kinds of distortion and stretch marks, or the potential for distortion and stretch marks, just because of the shape of the hood and the peaks and valleys that it has. Lots of stretching necessary, so it's very easy to get adhesive marks in the film. So the Slip Assist gel is really, really thick and just helps us maneuver the film around and prevents a lot of that those unsightly distortion marks from happening during the installation. So are you ready to go? Yeah. Okay, let's go. So we're just spraying down every square inch of the hood. You're probably wondering why we have drying towels over the front headlights. That's because we want to keep those dry so we can properly tack the PPF onto the headlights when we do our four corner stretch. So there we go. Now we're going to back roll the film into place, and we'll you want to actually back roll? Yeah, let's back roll it. Let's show the viewers how it's done. This is a question I've seen in the comments before. How do you back roll? Because I haven't showed it on every single video. So in this situation, Tony's going to be taking the actual film, taking the liner of the film, and okay, now what we want to do is, so right now he's got the film, I've got the liner. I let the film kind of drop into my arms like this, and we want to stretch the film out like that, and then we just walk it out. We just walk it out over top the truck. Now, what we need to do is we need to lift it up, and we got to get it properly lined up. So we'll lift up, got a dry spot there, and there we go. Now that we have it down, we're just going to take our slip solution, and we're going to spray down the adhesive side of the film. Tony's using the gel instead of the slip solution, because Tony literally does not think when he works. Hey. He's a pity hire, in case you're wondering why he's here. He was a pity hire. Okay, so purposely we kept these corners of the actual PPF dry because we want to have a good bond to the headlights when we stretch. So Tony's being smart, spraying down the actual top of the PPF. This is going to allow the squeegee to glide properly. Now I got my squeegee, I got my tack solution. What we're going to do right now is we're going to tack the PPF into place. Are you going lower center underneath the vent, or are you going upper? I think I'm just going to go, I'm going to go, that's a good question. I'm going to go upper and lower. Yeah. So because of the shape of these Raptors, fender actually flares out quite a bit. So just locking this down here. Make sure that's got a good bond on it. There we go. Now, this is the fun part. So what I'm gonna do, actually before we do this, I'll explain this a little bit more. If we look right across the front of the hood, you're gonna see we got a bunch of fingers and PPF buildup all the way across. And to make the installation so much easier, we're actually gonna stretch the film diagonally, corner to corner, to get rid of these fingers. So I'm gonna lift this up. Tony's gonna pull that drying towel out of there. And then all I have to do is I have to stretch, and I'm looking right across over here just to make sure that there's no fingers in place. Then Tony's gonna push this all down into place. It's not working because I've spent too much time talking, but that's good enough for now. Now we'll go to his corner. We're gonna do the exact same thing. Now I'm stretching. I want to make sure I can get that corner down. So there we go. That should be good. Now this tiny little finger right here, this isn't going to be a problem. We can get that down, no problems at all. One thing you're going to notice is this area right over here, the film has kind of started to want to pull itself into place. So this area, this is going to be our starting point. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tack solution. I'm going to come right over here. I'm going to get a little bit of tack underneath here. And then I'm just going to give it a light stretch to get that down. That corner's down, and that's down. Typically, when you see a bulk hood on any of these Ford F-150s, a lot of the times, if there's going to be any peeling, it's going to be right across the front over here. So now, I'm going to take my hand, and because the PPF is laying down flat right here, this is going to be super satisfying because we're just going to take our hand and just going to push that all down. And now I don't have to worry about this popping up. I can start right up top over here. I can start up top over here. I can squeegee all the way along that ridge. And because of how flexible these squeegees are,
available at dryprotected.com.
Available at dryprotected.com. Link in the description.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. We can actually get this area squeegeed down really, really nicely. I've oftentimes heard from other installers, they always say like this area is extremely hard to do on these trucks. And it is, but if you know how to stretch the film properly, this area is actually super easy because it kind of just wants to wrap itself. But now that we got that done, I'm going to take and get on the step ladder here. And what we can do, so I'm going to take my knife, I'm going to pop the blade out just far enough that I can cut because the film is sitting up higher than the vehicle. So what I want to do, and I got to be careful where I'm all leaning. I don't want to actually push the film. So I'm actually going to put my hand on the actual fender. And I'm just going to take and cut through the film. There we go. And then Tony will finish that off when he gets to it, if he ever gets to it, because Tony's slow. Okay, now I'm going to cut a bunch of excess material off as well, right over here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take and pull a lot of this solution kind of down and out over there. So I always want to make sure that I'm overlapping the squeegee strokes. This is going to prevent a lot of the solution from being left behind and any kind of bubbles and that type of stuff staying behind after the installation. There we go, that's good. Now I want to lock down this corner. So I'm going to take my tack solution, I'm going to lift it up. I'm going to spray a good amount there. I'm just going to get this locked into place. That's exactly what I want. Now, Tony's doing the same thing over there. He's lifting it up, getting some tack solution there. I would say, Tony, if you can pull this solution down over here, maybe come about halfway, I'll take care of the rest. So we have one area right over there where I thought I heard some sticking, but turns out that was not the case. Because of how much tension is on the film right over here, because it's being pulled down, I want to be very careful that I don't crease the film in this area by being too aggressive with my squeegee like somebody else I know. What? Why are you looking at me? So right now we're saving the middle for last. We got the hardest parts done. What I'm going to do, Tony, if you want to take and squeegee that back corner down.
Right here?
Yep. Yeah. Tack solution is your friend. Okay. You know what? Okay, I'm going to explain it before you do it. So we have all this air. Where's this air going to go? Well, it's got to come out the front. It's not going to go out the back, because if I push this air up, it just pops back up. And in fact, before we do that, we actually got to do a bit more of a trim right over here, because there's still too much material that's causing the PPF from sitting down properly. So there we go. Now we got to get rid of all this air. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my hand, I'm going to come underneath the film, I'm going to lift it up like this, and then give it a bit of a pull. I'm going to meet it halfway, and before he comes in with the squeegee, you just got to make sure that this is sitting down. There we go. Now we got to make sure that this valley is down. So this valley will be very, very easy to pop back up. Okay, now I'm going to do the exact same thing over here. There we go. Now I can take that, pull all this solution forward. Now what we need to do is I'm just going to take and squeegee the back down, and then just overlap squeegee strokes. I'm just going to take and pull all of this solution down and out the front. So one thing that's super common when you're doing a PPF installation, and you see a lot more of it on darker colors than you do on lighter colors, is you start to see every time you do a squeegee stroke, you can kind of see everywhere. You can see it right over here. You can see everywhere where that squeegee went. Now, all that's just leftover solution that has absorbed itself into the adhesive of the film. And even though I've squeegeed it down with good amount of pressure, I haven't gotten it all out. So that just needs a couple hours to dry out and it'll be completely gone. Now, all I have left to do is this little area right here. And I'm just gonna lift this up. And I'm just spraying my tack solution underneath the film. I'm just locking that down so that front edge is down. I can guarantee you the PPF will never peel along the front of the hood on this truck, because you can see that these fingers, they're gone. The film just laid down nice and flat over here, and we're gonna let this sit for a while before we trim it all off and wrap the edges. But like I said earlier in the video, these areas right over here, because of the shape and the curvature of the hood, is super common for the film to peel back. So with the right stretch, the right technique, you can get those down. It's gonna look really, really good. So right now what we're gonna continue to do is we're gonna take care of the PPF all along this back corner, and then we're gonna let our edges dry out a little bit, and then we'll meet you when we do our post heating.